Hi guys, welcome to a new video, and to my little corner I wanted to show you a little bit before we actually started. And I also have a new toy. I got a microphone, so let me know how the sound is. Hopefully it's good. It's my first time using it. It actually arrived a couple minutes ago and I was just like, time to film immediately. My boyfriend chose it, therefore I hope it's good. This is my little corner. I really like it, and I will give you a little tour soon. There's just a few little things I want to get done before I actually start filming the little tour, but I filmed a little bit of the process, so hopefully that's good. Today I have something fun to share with you guys, and that is this. So this is a backpack by 17London. So I saw just another Ada on here on YouTube and on Instagram. She was painting this backpack. She basically said that they reached out to her and they were asking a bunch of artists to paint their backpacks and they would share it on social media, and I just thought that would be a very fun idea. So I tried to reach out to them. They were super sweet and they sent me this one. It's the same that Ada has, but I chose the lavender color just because I thought it would contrast nice with the colors I wanted to use. I have a mock-up. I can put it here. I don't know how this is going to go. I got acrylics for this. I suck at acrylics. I really am bad. I have some acrylic pens, but most of them are kinda running out, and I just was not sure I would have enough for this. So I got acrylics. Tiny little tubes. I don't use acrylics enough to get a bunch of them, and plus money. The backpack is like this. My plan is to just make a cute drawing, and I don't know, I just really like the idea of them, and it's a very recent brand. It says 17London was founded in 2017 by Oliver and Laura. When living in London, they wanted to find a functional backpack for their two daughters that could get used throughout their school life while still showing off their individual styles and personalities. When Oliver and Laura couldn't find those, they created it. One thing that's cool is it has 12 months guarantee on this product, which is pretty cool. And this packet itself, I think it's very cute. It's one of their slimmest ones, and I like that. I like slim backpacks. It also came with a little thank you for your order, like little sticky note. I haven't quite opened it yet, but I think it's like a little sticky note thing, which might be cute. Has tons of pockets, so I'm actually very excited to wear it. It's also waterproof, so I think I need to gesso it first before I actually start painting it. I have transparent gesso, pretty old by now, and I kind of hate it because it gets yellowed out with time. I think next time I'll just buy white. I'm just so excited to start this. They did not sponsor me. Quick PSA. 17London did not sponsor me. I reached out to them and they didn't ask me to do a video or anything. I said I would do a video because one of the reasons I like reaching out to brands is to have cool things for me to do videos. So, I mean, it's just fun to have different things, and I just thought it was a really cute idea to paint on backpacks. I'm going to gesso it, and hopefully I won't cry with panic for acrylics, because I tried to do a little run on my sketchbook and I wanted to cry because I really hate acrylics. So yeah, wish me luck. So the first thing I did was to just stuff some piece of cardboards on the pockets to just make it easier to draw, and then I started tracing. I mean, when I say tracing, I was just looking at my mock-up and just going on with my pencil. I was pretty scared to just mess up this step. Luckily, it didn't turn out too bad. The sketch that I did on my sketchbook was atrocious, to say the least. It was not good. It was not good at all. I'm quite glad that this did not come along anything like my sketch. I also watched a few classes on SkillShare on how to actually work with acrylics. I got a few tips that actually helped, so I'm glad I did that. Then I'm just going with my gesso. This is transparent gesso from Amsterdam. I have this jar for maybe 2-3 years already. I am like half. I don't use it a lot. It works for what I need it, but it's okay. I don't love it. If I hadn't used a primer, I would not be able to paint this at all. There was a spot that I missed the primer and the paint would just not stick properly and it was just a nightmare. So I'm very thankful for me thinking of using the primer because otherwise, oh boy. So I got the Winsor Newton Gallery, I think that's what you call it, acrylics. Like I said, these were the smallest tubes available and they were on a discount as well. I took advantage of that. And I also got the powder blue and the light violet colors separately because I knew those were colors I wanted to use a lot. And I'm also terrible at mixing colors with acrylics for some reason. I'm okay with mixing with watercolor, but I think it's just there's so much paint. The amount of paint involved in color mixing in acrylics is so much larger than in watercolor. And I used to have a palette knife and I don't have it anymore. And I used to use that to mix colors, but I don't know where it is. I think I lost it in the move. I don't like mixing colors in acrylic. It's just a hassle. As soon as I saw these colors, I was like, perfect. I'm gonna use these a lot. I don't have to mix the colors. Perfect. I think I do want to try and give this a bit of more chance, acrylic. Since I have the set, I might just do this again. Let me know if this is something you'd be interested in. Otherwise, I'll just keep my normal schedule of gouache, watercolor, inks and digital. If you find it interesting, I have a few little wood pieces I can paint just for fun. The moon part was super simple. It was the most chill part. It was just a circle and some stars. Now the girl, whew, I got really stressed with it. I was so nervous the whole time I was painting it. This took me maybe half a day, like in full. Without like breaks and stuff. We went out after I put the primer. We went for a walk. I saw the beach for so long. I haven't been outside for so long, and we took advantage of the day and we just went for a walk. There was no one. We could just get out, masks out, and just feel the fresh air. It was lovely. By that time, the primer had dried, and then I just went back to work. So this took me around a day in full, and it was mostly just because I had to layer a lot for the paint to actually be thick enough. The first washes I did were pretty thick, but they left a bit streakiness, especially her face. Her face, I definitely was required to do 2 coats because the first one was so yuck. It was just so ew. I did not like that at all, the texture. And then the hair wasn't too bad, but I went over and over again with tons of paint. This should be as easy as gouache because this is the same as gouache, like it has the opaqueness of it. But I don't know, I find it just so much harder to control and so much harder for it to do what I want. This is later that night and the acrylic had dried out a little bit more, and I actually ironed it a little bit because it was so wavy. I just took a little parchment paper and I just ironed it flat out. I just ironed it, no shame, because it was just getting a little bit difficult to paint all over the waves. I mean, I don't know if that's bad, but I did it and it worked out just fine. Here I just did the second coat of paint and it's just much nicer. And yeah, it's just basically building and building and building and me going back and forth and me just doubting what I was doing. I felt a lot of doubts during this whole process, but I think in the end it turned out pretty cool. Another thing, this might be a bit weird to talk about, but I got my first hate comment here on YouTube. YouTube immediately considered it as spam, so it's not available and I couldn't reply. But it was kind of weird. It made me feel, it was hurtful, it really hurt me, but I'm not even gonna say what it is. It was just a silly, unoriginal, hateful comment. But I don't know, it was weird. My boyfriend just said, had happened one day and I guess you're famous now. It was weird, but it just made me appreciate even more all the nice comments that you guys leave, because I think I was actually pretty lucky. I've been on the internet exposing me and my work for maybe 3 years now, and this was the first really hateful comment I got. And in 3 years, that's pretty lucky, and it means I've had just a super amazing support group and just super amazing followers, and I just want to thank you for that. So to all of you that leave nice comments to me, thank you. You guys are awesome, and I could not appreciate you guys any more than I already do. You guys make this worth it. Getting all the mushy stuff out of the way, I just thought it would be funny to mention this. I just then busted out my acrylic pens. It was time. I just could not do anything else with the acrylics. I was just having way too much difficulty control it, and I cannot do a straight line with acrylic for saving my life. There's way too much paint on the brush that I just cannot control the brush. So I first went with my purple one, and then I just took my Archer and Olive acrylic markers. I think I also got my Derwent. I have a mixture of markers. They're a mess of just tons of brands I tried. I have a few Posca left. I don't use Posca a lot anymore. Just because there's no specific reason. I prefer using the Molotov just because they're refillable, but they're expensive, so I don't know. I just use whatever I have. But I mostly use my Archer and Olive, Derwent, and the Posca one. Pretty much at this point it's just building up colors, because like I said, I just could not do anything else with the paint brushes. So it's just building lines, finding new colors. I was a bit limited, of course, to the colors I had. I can't really mix colors with acrylic pens. And I mostly went for some light blues, a few pinks and purples. But I was scared. I don't know why. I was just so scared to mess this up. So I just really kept it safe. I wish I would have done it a little bit better. I'm quite happy with it, but I wish I could have done it a little bit better. So I'm pretty much almost done at this point. It's just a little tweaks here and there. I tweaked this piece a lot throughout the night. Like I was doing something, I would look at it and I just get my paint pens and I would just tweak it. So a lot of tweaks were done. I just want to thank you again for watching this video and for being here. Really appreciate you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this little process. Do your thing, leave a like, subscribe, leave me a comment down below telling me if you like the sound, and I hope you enjoyed this little b-roll thing that I did, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!